good evening, all the way from South Africa. My people from Mozambique, good evening. This is Empower Talks, a platform that we empower each other, people that are doing great and amazing things. And if you like this type of content, just make sure that you like and subscribe to this page. If you are visiting us for the first time, welcome. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. My name is Emeldina Simba, all the way from Mozambique, and I am here by the invite of this amazing lady, Masego, to host today's session. And as you know, is Empower Talks, so we are here to be empowered. I hope you all enjoy this. It will be an amazing conversation. So grab your notebooks, your notepads, your cup of tea, your juice, whatever you like to drink, and sit tight because we are going to have an amazing night. And the theme of today is demystifying food myths and unveiling the truth about the food industry. So if you are a foodie like me, if you enjoy your food, make sure that you stay tuned because we will be discussing some of those topics. But I'm not here alone today. I have amazing ladies who are joining me, and we first have Shoki. Hello, Shoki.
Hi, how are you?
I am well. Welcome, welcome. Shoki, that is a chef in South Africa. She has her
Yeah.
own catering company and she bakes amazing food. And the next ladies that we had is Chef Lucia. Chef Lucy, if you can come to our virtual stage. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Perfectly. Thank you for joining, ladies. Thank you so much.
Hi, Imelda. Hi,
Also,
everyone.
hello, 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 hello. You all looking beautiful today. But
Thank you
before we
for you.
would just like to know who, which one of you are and what you do, where are you from, what are the specifics of your job, and what you bring to this discussion today. We'll start with Shoki. So if you can share a bit of your story, who are you, what your business does, and what you will be presenting today.
Okay, hi everybody. Thanks for joining us today, and thank you, Emeldina, for hosting us this evening. I am going to kind of correct you there. I'm not running any business at the moment, but I am currently working in corporate as a chef. I'm right here in Sandton, and I'm originally from Limpopo, Polokwane, a very small city up in the north. And I moved to Johannesburg to study hospitality management in 2012 at the Swiss Hotel School in Randburg. And through my journey of hospitality, I've got international experience, and that's where my love of food has begun. And I've had an opportunity to work among some really great chefs, young and old, and nothing like Gordon Ramsay, but a little bit, just a little bit of that might be mixed into the works. But honestly, it's been quite challenging, but also a rewarding industry to be a part of.
And definitely we'll stick and have a conversation because there's a lot to learn. And now,
Yeah.
Chef Lucy, the microphone is on your side.
So much. Thanks, Shoki, for sharing. I'm glad that you are just my neighbor. You're not far from me because I'm in Midrand. So we must hook up after this.
100%,
So my name is
girl.
yes, you are on the same playground.
Yeah.
So my name is Lucia. I'm originally from Durban. I'm originally a teacher. I was originally a teacher, a school teacher teaching English and history. But food has always been my passion. But I actually not really. But while I was teaching, I would cook for teachers, cook at home, and everyone enjoyed my food. And then I would, when I moved to Johannesburg, when I got here, I made friends through my food. People came and enjoyed my food. And then my friends were like, we must write a book. So I wrote a book. And then I became very known as a chef because I was on television doing various productions and movies. And those platforms, they helped me to push my food career. But I did not train as a chef. I'm a self-taught chef, but I've made my name through hard work. And I run cooking classes, and I do events, and I'm a private chef. I think that's enough.
and,
I think that's
and,
great.
and, and, and,
Mozambique, we see you. I'm coming there to eat your prawns.
Make sure that you come. We will be happy to have you here. So, ladies, thank you
Yeah,
for
love
sharing
it.
your story. Today, the theme is this food in general. And I'm really sure that there are people that are watching that have business or want to be in this industry and they don't know how to start. So I'm pretty sure that your story and things that you have to share will make sure that it helps them in a way achieve that goal of starting in this industry. So I'll go back to you, Shoki.
Yes.
In terms of your experience, how, before we go, we do have a few games and a few interesting things that will take place within the session. But can you just share with our viewers how or where, um, I'm confused with words here, but
No, don't worry.
how did you become the chef that you are today, or in the industry that you are, and how someone like Emeldina who doesn't really have a background with
Okay.
culinary wants to enter this business and be in the same spot that Shoki is. How can I do it?
Okay. Well, firstly, everybody says you must have a passion for it. And yes, you do need a passion, but for as long as you're in the industry, for someone like me who has been in the industry for about 10 plus years, it's not just passion that gets you through it. You just need to be resilient. You need endurance because it gets very tough. And you know how the industry can be up and down. There can be off seasons. There are peak seasons. There are times where it's busy. There's times where it's literally quiet. So you need to be ready for moments when you know you're not going to be doing much. But as someone who has worked in hotels and in restaurants, mainly in restaurants, if you want to become a chef, if you're interested in learning how to become a chef, I would always encourage someone to go to school for it. But if not, there's so many opportunities for you to do a couple of courses that you can teach yourself how to do stuff. And with the way social media is expanding now, I mean, you can teach yourself through YouTube. So the opportunity is endless for you to start the process of learning. Another thing I'd also suggest is that allow yourself to change and to adapt to any kind of environment you want to be you could be in. You could be in the coast, you could be inland. Be open to working abroad, getting to know people from abroad, because in that way, in this industry, the way to get to the top is to know someone who knows someone who knows someone. I mean, it's great to send it's great to send your CV up on Gumtree or on LinkedIn, but if you know somebody who's in the industry and can get you to the next step, that is definitely one way to get through as a chef. And just be ready to be standing for long hours. I've been before I went into corporate, I was working some crazy hours. My first job, and that was in 2014, I was working for a French chef, and I worked from 6 a.m. until 11 p.m. in the
Oh,
evening. So, yes, that is very wild. I do not suggest that for anybody. but but that's exactly where I started. And also because I had studied hospitality management, I did not study culinary art. My first job, I was working for a well-known French chef, and I learned everything culinary from him. So putting in those hours, yes, it also meant that I was not at home, hardly at home. But at that time, I didn't have a family, I didn't have children. So it was a time in my life where that could have happened. But as I moved in the industry, it did become tough as I became a mom. And once you do become a mom, I don't know if you still want to stay in the industry, but if you're willing to stay, there's an option for corporate, there's option for catering, there's option for becoming like a food stylist. So there's definitely options for you as you get to get yourself comfortable in the industry. So that's the advice I can give.
there's no audio,
Uh,
Are you there? Imeldina?
I think we lost her.
Yeah, we did. Ish.
Load shedding is a problem. I think let us pass on the same question to you, Lucia. Why is it that you chose culinary? How did you get where you are today? And also tell us more about your book.
Okay. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Um, the industry actually chose me because I never thought that I would be where I am now in the culinary space. Um, like I said earlier, that I started as a teacher. The background that I have of teaching has helped me a lot because I am disciplined as a chef, and I can impart my knowledge to to the folks out there because I run cooking classes. I've been doing them for the past 12 years, and my background of teaching really helped me. I've always loved food. I come from a family that celebrates food. Every Sunday we'll do 7 colors. Every Christmas, everyone, all the relatives and neighbors, cousins, uncles, aunts, everyone knew, and they still know that Tianes, they just do the best Christmas lunch. So my love for food started there. And my grandmother was also a good cook. My mom, not so much. So I've always been that one sibling that really loves being in the kitchen. Kitchen is my stage. I love being in the kitchen, and I'm a Virgo. I work very hard, um, and I'm passionate about everything that I do, including my music, including acting. Um, Everything I touch, I always wanted to turn to gold. Imelda, are you back?
I am, and I see
Ah,
that you're already answering this following
welcome
question.
back.
Thank you so much. Connectivity issues, but everyone else watching, make sure that you comment, share with your friends, subscribe to Empower Talks, and let's empower each other. So the following question actually it was for you, Chef Lucy. Tell us about your passion for food. Where did it start, and why did you choose exactly going to the food industry since you have this background of music, of being a teacher? Why exactly did you choose? Oh, when did this passion for food actually start?
I did mention earlier that I come from a family where food is the center of the family. Like as every Sunday, I always knew that there'll be good food on the table. My mom made sure that there's always good food on the table. And 7 colors, on a Sunday, which we all knew after church, there's gonna be good food. My sisters would get up in
Yes.
the morning and cook. I was still young at that time. And then my mom,
Yeah.
at some point, was we were brought up by a single mother. She went. My mother was a teacher. She went to university to study further, and left us as kids. Well, I was the youngest, but my sisters, they took over parental thing, and they used to cook and everything. So I just started from there, to be independent, to be able to come up with dishes in during my youth days. And there was a magazine that uh, we used to receive. My mother was subscribed to it. Had lots of recipes, and my mom bought this big book. And I was very keen and curious, and that curiosity uh, propelled me to where I am today because I'm all about passion. When I started this in the food industry, I was just this girl who just loved to entertain, to cook for people. And then people that I was cooking for, they was like, "Hey, Lucia," they were like, "Do cooking classes, maybe write a book." The past 15 years, I've had very influential people who encouraged me, who pushed me to do better, to do things. So I started cooking classes. I'm one of the very first person, very first chef that started cooking classes. But now everyone is doing cooking classes. But it's okay. It's
Especially
okay. It's
everyone.
all right.
They're giving
Come
us
again?
Thank you
options, okay,
for sharing.
Lucia? They're giving us options.
Thank you for sharing, Chef Lucy.
Yes,
I believe many of us will identify with this story of learning to cook from our
yes.
Mm,
Oh, she froze again.
yeah.
Poor Imelda. Should we continue? Maybe the coach must just intervene and.
Somewhere, somehow, load shedding always gets the best of us. And unfortunately, this problem doesn't only exist in South Africa, but it also exists
Oh, even in Mos.
even in Mozambique,
Yeah,
in
she's
Yo,
Zambia,
Dina's very
you're
from us.
kidding me. We're supposed to get
everywhere.
messages from them. Hmm?
Yeah. So
Sorry?
load shedding is everywhere, absolutely everywhere. So, our great viewers, please don't forget to like and subscribe and click on the notification bell. The conversation is still carrying on, and we're still talking about demystifying all the myths that are in the industry, that are particularly in the food industry. I like to believe there's so many people that have lied about this industry. There are so many things that you hear. The first thing they say, chefs, they are fat. Do you see a fat person here? Do you see a fat person here?
Look at that waist. I mean,
I mean, girl, we are still in shape. Like,
Shoki also looks very tiny.
You know,
yeah, guys,
Skinny,
I've got no fat. Like, there's no fat happening here. Like, there's
skinny chef.
nothing. I'm a skinny chef, but I eat so much.
We eat right though, hey?
We eat right. And I think from training for so long, the long hours and just constantly going up and down, I'm putting in my
Running up
steps,
and
guys.
down.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Count your
you need
steps.
the gym when you can be a chef.
Yeah.
Viewers, please don't forget again to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. So these amazing ladies are here to engage with you as well. So if you have any question, if you have anything that you would like to ask them, make sure that you click or you type on the chat box. Your question will be displayed and they will engage with you directly. As you can see, we are on a virtual platform, hey? So with a virtual platform, there's a lot of things that comes with it. And all the technical issues, they're always there. That's why Mogela has to be camera ready, even if she doesn't want to.
Yes.
So imagine in this podcast on my bed with my gown. Where would I be? Where would I be today? It was not going to work out. It was not going to work out. So now I'm handing over to our beautiful, beautiful host for this evening, all the way from Mozambique, Emaldina. It's happening again. So, ladies, tell me, let me start with Lucia, from teacher to performing arts to music to food. I'm pretty sure there are hardships that you encountered through your journey in your career. Let's start by what exactly made you change? Like, you were a teacher already, you were teaching a lot of people, you were teaching a lot of kids, and you were teaching history and mathematics, and then you decided that this is not
Not
the career.
mathematics.
Or it was
History and English.
English. He said
Not
English.
math. I'm not mathing.
Point of correction.
The man
Yeah.
is not. So I can now imagine you decided that you want to change. The reason why I'm asking is that I've did some research and I was looking at exactly what would cause a person to change a career from something to the next one. And yes, then they said an average person will change their career 3 times in their lifespan. So meaning that you start as this and then you change and become something else, which makes sense, right? Especially in the Black community. I mean, at times you don't know exactly what is it that you need to do. You find out when you do that thing that actually I don't
Yes.
like. But then with you, what was the case? Like, why is it that you changed?
I wouldn't say that I changed, I just glided from one discipline to the other. I mean, while I was teaching, I would at night I would actually go and do gigs, or I would attend in Joburg, because I'm from Durban originally, and then I moved to Joburg. I would go and attend music concerts when guys are playing in front. Me, I jump when I hear a song that I like, and I start singing. And then when I get to class, hi, Melton, are you back?
Yes, I am, girls. Thank you
Great.
for your patience.
Okay.
Thank you for your patience. And
Yes.
actually, the following question that I had is actually around this. How do we overcome the challenges? And this is how we
Okay.
do it,
So
by coming back again and repeating and doing it again until it gets through. Kick it like until you move it, as my boss says. And
I think Shoki. Oh, sorry. Shoki actually summarized it very, very well. I actually agree with everything that she said. You need to put in the hours. You need to be a hard worker. You must invest in your craft. It's very important. Whatever craft it is that you do are involved in, you need to put in the hours. Like Shoki said that she worked from 6 a.m. till 11 p.m. at night, but she's got a wealth of knowledge because she invested her time. You understand? And it was a good thing that she started doing that way before she has children, because once we've got kids in the family now, you cannot divide your time and do all the things that you would love to do. So you have to have patience, invest your time, and practice. You know, I have a book, it's got 100 recipes, but each dish that I've put up in that book, it's a dish that I cooked for years. They say before a recipe is a recipe, you should have tried it at least 10 times.
Yeah.
That means that you are putting time and all the energy into it. The right energy, the right attitude, and treat your craft as business. I always say that it's very important to look at whatever you do that brings you revenue. Treat it as business, because if you don't, you will not see what you are working for. It's just like we are going from hand to mouth. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So Shaki, also tell us about the challenges that you have went through, especially in your career as a chef. Look, can I just put a disclaimer? I'm a
Yeah.
certified guru, champion, woman of the match. I'm the one on top when it comes to boiling eggs. I'm the best.
Hey,
The
you
best
got your PhD,
in the world. Like,
girl.
Basically, you can't cook.
look, I'm the best egg boiler in the world, and I
Can you
still,
fry it though? Can you fry the egg?
yeah. But
Or you
I
can
get
only
it all
boil
the
it?
time. I don't get it all the time.
Oh my goodness.
Questions we are
No,
asking
that
today are quite important because particularly for us professional egg boilers, there's certain things that we don't know. We rely on takeaways a lot, because when you start going into
yeah.
the kitchen, start switching on the stove, best believe I'm gonna rock up with something that will give you diarrhea for the whole week. So let me hand over to
No, that's intense. I mean, you need quite a lot to learn how to boil an egg. Just put water in a
Yeah.
pot, put the egg in, close it up, and go.
And
So
it mustn't
you
crack.
need a lot of experience for that. So anyway, I've been in the industry for quite a long time, and I've been exposed to different environments, healthy and unhealthy environments. And I think that's one thing one should prepare as a chef when you decide that you want to be involved in restaurant or the hotel business or the lodge business, because you're dealing with
Catering.
different. Yes, or catering, you know what I mean? You're dealing with different personalities, and wow. I mean, there are people that are just there to be mean, and there are people that are
Oh,
just there to make
tell
your
me
life
about it.
difficult. You know what I mean? Because we all
Mm.
going to the chef world deciding that we want to be Gordon Ramsays. And guys, can we just let that go? Can we let Gordon Ramsay go and let us just enjoy cooking for what it is? And I think you need a really thick skin in this industry. And I think I, for one, being quite a softie, I've gained and developed a thick skin. I've been one who's been able to become more firmer in the industry when it comes to running a kitchen. I've had an opportunity to be a sous chef in a couple of restaurants as well. And being second in charge is also quite challenging because you're working with people that are under you and you have to lead. So that being an example, you need to know who you are and be able to maintain that throughout, no matter how long you're working at a place, be able to be that leader that the chefs can come to you and learn from you and not feel so intimidated. Because it's very scary working in kitchens, because you know you're going to get burnt, you know you're going to cut yourself, you know you're going to get a bad review from the guest saying that that egg is too hard or that egg is too soft. I mean, it doesn't stop, guys. It's medium rare, it's medium, there's a lot happening. So the pressure
Yes.
is on in the kitchen. So you just need to have that thick skin. And another challenge I've also experienced just as a woman in general, that it's just very hard to get to the top in that industry, particularly restaurant and hotel. And getting to the top does mean that if you're family orientated like myself, you're definitely going to spend less time at home. And as a result, since we're talking about changing careers, I'm going to put a spanner in the works and say that I'm kind of leaving the food industry full time, just because I've seen that finding that balance and being a parent, being a partner, and also just trying to also be being a head in a kitchen, it's very hard to find that balance. So I've chosen to also just put it on hold with new opportunities in sight. But I'm not discouraging anyone to not be in the industry, but I will let you know that you need to be ready to endure and to be able to push through. And fortunately, even in COVID, I was able to keep my job as well. Knowing that a lot of people lost jobs during that time, I was quite fortunate to keep the job that I still have now. And you don't get that everywhere. So it's been quite the journey.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing, Chef Shoki. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you're leaving the food industry, but I know if I come to your place, there will be good food being served.
There will be good food. Exactly.
And you know how the non-cookers actually enjoy their food. But thank you again for sharing. And to you, Chef Lucy, I would like to know, what was your greatest achievement? The thing that you are most proud of in your career as a chef?
Oh, there's so many proud moments that I have. I actually never thought that I would be embraced the way I've been embraced in the industry. So I was one of the judges in a very competitive TV cooking show. It just elevated my career to another level. So I've been a judge in 2 prominent shows here in South Africa. And I also I'm not anymore, an ambassador for White Star Super Maize Mill for 12 years. I was working with the brand. I came up with various recipes, various dishes. I taught people how to make desserts using maize meal. I mean, who would have thought? Yes, desserts. There's just so much you can do with maize meal.
You tell me how, please.
Okay, so what you do with maize meal, you can, if the recipe says 2 cups of flour or 500 grams or mils of flour, you do half. You do half maize meal and half flour. The way flour and maize meal, they work so well together, those 2 ingredients. When you do malva pudding and you use half maize meal and half flour, it's so amazing. The results, you won't even taste the maize meal. It's smooth. It becomes so smooth. The 2 ingredients, they match beautifully.
Chef Lucy,
don't
give out all the secrets. They will have to come to you to find other recipes.
No, 100%. We definitely need to go to her house.
I know most people get very shocked when I tell them the things that they can do with the maize meal. You can even make like sort of chips, you harden it, you cook it, and then you let it be hard, and then you cut it into strips like chips, and then you can deep fry it. Pizza base, you can use pap for pizza base. It's just so much. I actually wrote a whole booklet on using maize meal, but I don't even know where it is. Yeah.
Okay. So can you summarize as this being your biggest achievement?
I've had quite a few. I think, firstly, like I said before, I've had international experience. So my first internship while I was at the Swiss Hotel School, I got an opportunity to work in London at the JW Marriott Steakhouse right in central London. So that was really great, starting out as a chef. And as time went on, I got the opportunity to work for Chef David Higgs. He's the owner of Marble Restaurant Groups. And that was quite an experience because I was working at Marble, the first restaurant that he had. And we were serving about 200 people lunch and dinner, so that was quite intense. And straight after that was actually working at Discovery, the health food studio at Discovery, as a chef facilitator. So basically teaching people how to cook in a fun environment, dinner and lunch, as well as teaching children. So that was honestly, those three are one of my, well, three of the big achievements I've had in the industry, and something I absolutely won't forget.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Chief Shoki. And now we are going to play a game, a one-word game. But before we do that, if you're here, if you're enjoying the content, make sure that you interact, thumbs up, share, subscribe, and hit the like and the notification button so you are notified when we release another empowered talk. So can you please just grab your notepads, your pen and paper? We are going to play a one-word game. And rent airtime. No prize. It's just for the fun of it. So you will see images. You will see images on the screen, and in 10 seconds, I just want you to write the first word that comes in your mind when you see this particular food. Okay. So Masego, if you can have the first image. Okay, so what do you have?
I have
Okay, Masego, I can't see what's written in there, but you can tell us. Yes.
Paella.
First, just tell us about this particular dish in a couple of seconds. Chef Shoki, you're first.
Actually.
network is networking. So I wrote, the first thing that I wrote when I saw prawns is sick. It's because seafood makes me sick, particularly prawns. Prawns have a way of doing certain things to me. I don't know, maybe it's how I cook them, because I'm a certified chef of boiling eggs, remember? So meaning that maybe there's something wrong that I do when I busy pour in whatever when I try to cook prawns. Maybe there's something wrong that I'm doing. Before I can bring back Emaldina, we have a comment from Wee Vutela who says, we don't trust in good physics chefs.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
What is she saying?
Actually, food tasting chefs.
I actually have the pin in my fridge that says the same. Never trust a thin chef. Because normally they have to be big.
Old school.
Yeah, that's not old school, man.
I think those are gourmet chefs.
I trust a good-looking chef, a chef that takes care of himself.
Like, I think that is a stigma we need to break. That just because you're a chef doesn't mean you need to be big boned or whatnot. I mean, we need to stay healthy. We need to stay active.
Don't eat your own food. That's why you don't eat your own food.
Sorry.
You don't eat your own food. That's what it means.
We definitely eat our own food. So yeah, the first thing or word that came to my mind when I saw prawns was paella. So I know a lot of people might be quite familiar with that, but for those who are not, it's a Spanish rice dish made from risotto, and it's just a mixture of seafood put together. And seafood is one way to my heart. So when it comes to a dish like this, I'm definitely ready to have. So mostly paella has prawns, has any white fish in it. It may have mussels as well. So it's a really good Spanish dish, and it can be mostly served in like a big pan, and really tasty. So definitely something worth trying.
Oh, thank you for sharing. And for you, Chef Lucy, what was the first word?
When I saw, can you see?
You can read it for us.
Oh, okay. So a prawn cocktail. So when
Oh,
I say prawn, I just think of prawn cocktail. And prawn cocktail is one of the very first dishes that I taught people in my class as a starter. I remember I had 12 people in class, so 15 years ago, and they paid 450 rand each, which was quite a lot of money during that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And I love so first time I came across a prawn cocktail was in a restaurant in Bryanston for the first time, and then I ordered it because I was just curious. It came, but they used mango, which is just so fresh, such a fresh cold starter. They used slices of fresh mango. They pan fried it in butter, because when you pan fry something in butter, it just gives it a different flavor. And then a few there's some greenery, can't remember whether it was lettuce or something, and then a sauce. So it's up to you how you make the sauce. It could be a thousand islands if you want, which is tomatoes and mayonnaise, um,
Mm.
and you just drizzle it over. And let me tell you, it is so amazing. The flavor is just amazing. It's just one of my best starters. And the cold starter is always good because you can prepare it way in advance that it won't get cold.
Mm.
oh, that's
That's true.
wonderful. I can taste it.
Mm.
Well, I am a seafood. I am a seafood lover. I live close to the
We are
coast,
from
and this
Mozambique.
dish,
Yeah,
yes,
she's from
and
Mozambique. You're
we
supposed to love.
I actually think of rissoy, which is a starter. It's like
Okay.
uh, yes, we use milk and the shrimps, and then put it with some salsa and onions. It's amazing. And can we have the next
Oh,
Mm.
I need
when
that
you come here,
recipe.
I'll have you taste that.
When
No,
I think prawn,
100%.
I remember of nigiri.
Yes.
Nigiri
Oh,
Mm.
are amazing. And after I start eating them, I immediately take one pill of Allergex non-drowsy.
oh.
Oh,
Hey, people with allergies, shame. I always feel sorry for them.
It's
Hey,
so
yeah,
sad.
man, it's a tough life.
imagine, ask the egg boilers are the ones with allergies. We can't.
Mm.
It's very difficult if you're a chef and you've got allergies. It means you can't taste the food
Yeah,
that you're
man.
cooking.
Yes. Yes. And can we have the next image if you're watching it? Okay. So what do we have? Chef Lucy, you first this time. What's
Uh,
the first?
delicious.
Delicious. Tell me about it because I have mixed feelings about this. I
Yeah,
know all
most
of the
people do.
have.
Most
No, what
people
does it
do.
call?
I don't mind it, but it's not something that I would order. But when I first tasted it, I thought, okay, I am for flavors that will shock you. I like to mix flavors. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, a salad maybe, and then you throw in strawberries or you throw in blueberries. So it's like there's sweet and savory. Sweet and savory for me, it always works. You understand what I'm saying? It's like when you drizzle balsamic reduction onto your desserts. Eh, Shoki,
Mm.
do you agree with
Yeah,
me?
I'm not sure, guys. Because I don't even have an answer. I just said I'm not sure, to be honest, because cooked fruit is a problem for me, especially like it's just like it's really mind-boggling when you cook fruit and like for
I don't
desserts
like
it's
cooked fruit
great.
as well.
Sorry?
I don't like cooked fruit. I like it fresh. If it's a fruit,
Yeah,
give it to
you
me.
want to have it fresh, So
Vegetables.
when you start cooking fruit, like yes, we're changing the game where we are
Uh-uh.
like taking things up a notch. But on a pizza, like let's just talk about this a little bit because I really don't mind cooked fruit in like an apple tart or an apple tartare. Like I really don't mind that. But once we start moving it into savory food, like I really need to think about it carefully before I do something like that. I think pineapple in a burger, For me, works like chicken burger and pineapple, maybe, but that's as far as I'm gonna go.
Wait, which one is worse? Pineapple in a burger or pineapple in a pizza?
I think pineapple in a burger. I mean,
No, I wouldn't know.
imagine a Hawaiian burger, guys. Terry, you know, you have your chicken, you've got your pineapple, but that's it. Like, that's as far as we're gonna go with that.
Let me tell you a little story.
Never had fried
My
bananas.
nephew.
Never had them.
Let me tell you,
I'm
my
sorry.
nephew.
I'm sorry.
He was only maybe 8 or 9 years old, and we went out for pizza. He ordered pineapple pizza with pineapple, and he was like an 8, 9 year old. We were like, what the hell? But kids are very strange, and kids don't love fruit in their food. But he did. I was like, okay, palettes here. We're opening up our palettes.
I don't know. So with me, I'm a foodie, hectic foodie. I just don't know how to cook. And when I eat, somehow my mind, it separates different flavors and different tastes. So my mind expects like a certain type of savory. Because remember, even though pizza is savory, but it's not like really savory until you put in meat. And by meat now,
What do you mean?
Like your what is that thing? Bacon and pineapple. What are we eating? Bacon and pineapple. No.
That's ham
and banana. You know that banana and bacon and banana sandwich. A friend of mine used to eat. I'm like, what? How?
What?
You need to try when you come to Mozambique, like a proper Brazilian churrasco, where they have grilled pineapple, fried bananas, and it's amazing.
It's not banana though. It's not. It's a plantain.
It's a plantain. Is it not plantain?
It's a plantain.
I'm not call it bananas here. They're all bananas.
No banana.
It's
Potato.
between a plantain and a banana.
Not in Mozambique.
Banana belongs in a banana bread.
Okay, can we have the next?
Ready?
You're writing. What is that?
There's no image. What was the image?
It's called Mugudu.
Nancy, tell us.
So Mohodu is always like a function, right? Like we call it tribe. Nice at a family, at a function. It's nice at the funeral, though the diarrhea will deal with your inner peace.
No, only you will have diarrhea.
If it's cooked and it somehow it sleeps overnight and you eat it the following day, forget about it. You'll vacate in the toilet, Sham. You might as well get your passport because you're gonna chill on that seat the whole night. It will deal with you. It will give you the most intense diarrhea. That's why most people, it's similar to stew, especially stew. Beef stew is the worst. After you cook it and somehow you don't refrigerate it, there's a bacteria that to the food that gives you intensified diarrhea. You know that one where you are all on a queue to go to the toilet, and I mean you along with Cyril Ramaphosa with his suit, because that thing doesn't discriminate. It will give you diarrhea. So it will give you.
I don't eat at funerals, eh?
Yeah, that's why.
No, it's the best.
I get
Actually, in Mozambique, it is the best food. People will always finish their plates and ask for more. Like it's very nice.
Yeah.
They don't tell when they get sick afterwards.
Diarrhea.
And you know diarrhea likes 2 a.m., 3 a.m. You just go to sleep nicely and then it's like it wants you when you are asleep deep in slumber.
No, man, but Morodo is a good traditional meal. I love it so much, guys. Kamorowe, which is pap, and nice and hot. I've had bad experiences, kamorodu, but you know what? If it's nicely cleaned and it's well cooked, and you cook it for the amount of time it's meant to be cooked for, then Bob's your uncle. Like, escavalidi, peppers and whatnot. Just have it plain with its sauce, with its, the juices from the actual meat, and we're good to go. Like, let's not shame it that badly.
I like it. I like it
I love it.
because it's such a simple dish to cook. And if you've got
Yeah.
an instant pot or pressure cooker, it takes about 30
Mm.
minutes, 30, 40,
Yeah.
40 minutes. My only
Well,
problem with it is the washing, the
Yeah,
cleaning
the
of it.
washing.
It needs
But
to be
that's the
really properly
important
clean.
part. That's the important part. That's what we want.
Yes, you
Because if you
need
don't
someone who,
clean it,
because
yeah.
once you come across that sand in your mouth,
Yo,
that's the end of the game. It's like
exactly.
now you must chew without your teeth touching. So that you
so ladies,
the
my
sand.
experience
Oh,
with it is totally different. In Mozambique,
I
when you
can't.
think of that, call it mututu. So mututu
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
can be made out of these stripes and also the head of a cow or pork. And
Oh,
what it relates to is hangover. Because there's this common habit here when everyone goes for drinks on
That is,
Friday,
yeah, they want that.
eh, the
They want
next
that
day,
after a hangover.
the next day they'll eat that. And different from you, they don't want it clean. It has to be
Oh,
a bit dirty. And
they
some
don't
piri
want the
piri.
clean.
Yes, they don't want it clean. It has to be a bit dirty with some piri piri. They will listen to this and they will testify. Mozambicans are just built different.
but then Hodu. There's always ladies
I
that
think
are
we
very
lost.
good at washing, cleaning it.
Okay,
But
Masego,
then
are we going
Tina,
to have another?
we are salad ladies.
Yeah.
I will make a salad. I
The
will make a
salad
washing for
ladies.
you.
No, they would be horrified.
But it goes
Horrified.
with how you look. They're like, oh, sister, please, I want an home food. But, oh, can please make us a green salad.
Okay. Masego, are we going to have another image or was this the last one? Yes, please share. I have nothing for this one.
I also don't have anything. I've never cooked yam, but I know it probably makes a good side dish. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say about yam, guys. I've never cooked yam.
What
Do we even
Masego?
have yam in South Africa? Do we have yam in South Africa?
Yes, amadumbe in Zulu.
Okay.
Amadumbe. So mina,
That's
I
what
grew
I'm
up.
saying. It reminds me of
I,
Big Zoo. That's how I
I,
know.
I grew up eating amadumbe and sweet potatoes. We call it batata. So those two they
Yeah.
go very well together. And all people
Okay.
they like to have the sweet potatoes with tea. You know that
With
as
tea,
for
yes, that I
breakfast.
know. Yeah, that is a delicacy, guys. That is
Okay.
the
And then yams. Indians make a yam curry. I've never done it, but I would
okay.
love to try it one day. So it's almost like a
Mm-hmm.
potato, like an African potato, and you put a little bit of
Okay.
salt in it. And
Mm-hmm.
oh, I love it. I love it. It's very
We have a
expensive now. It's
comment.
become very.
Thank you. We have a
Definitely
comment
worth a
from
try.
Kumoto. Said my issue with Mukhudo is that it invites fly, but he loves it.
No
Oh
doubt.
yeah,
A
yeah.
private invitation. Come to my house. Come one, come all.
I don't know how they smell it, but it's just like they're just.
They
Like,
love
like
love it.
from afar.
Especially when you start cooking it and then cook it. This is you the whole day when you cook your muhud.
Oh,
Yes. That's what they're doing.
I actually prefer.
How do you?
I prefer to cook it myself, or I
Mm.
can buy it if I know that it won't have any sand and they don't put spices because it's just that kind of meat that you just eat, like Shoki was saying, just
I've never had.
salt.
You know, I've never had
Yeah.
madumbe before. I've never had madumbe. I think Big Zulu, if you're watching this, can
Any
you please make sure that you just slip in some madumbes here. I really want listen to me. Even the
go to food lovers. food lovers, they have.
There's Madumbe there. I'm
Yeah.
going to buy it. And on our next podcast, I'll be like, I got Madumbe.
If
I'm
you're
going
not
to
looking
buy
for
it.
them, you won't see them.
So wait, it's called yam. We call it yam.
Yes,
And how do you cook
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
it's yams in English.
How do you cook? How do you cook it?
You just boil it with salt, and then
Like
you
Like,
sweet
peel it. You
potato.
don't eat the outside, the hairs, the
how
skin.
does
No,
You don't eat the flesh, you eat the inside.
the inside. Yes, it's
Yeah.
gray in color when it's
okay?
cooked. Mm. You must try
I think
it.
it's purple, right? A bit purple. Well, in Mozambique,
Purplish.
I
they use
think
it
we
for
should I think we
medicine.
should organize a yam date.
Please, can you please have a
Yams are
yam?
so popular here.
Can we have a yam date?
A yam
Yeah,
date.
we'll bring yams to Mozambique.
We do have, but
100%.
they use more like for traditional medicine. We call it
Okay.
batata africana, like African
Oh,
potato.
oh.
So we don't eat exactly with our dishes. It's more to treat some diseases.
Hmm.
I think next time
Interesting.
when we have this, we're
Mm.
going to call somebody from Nigeria
Alright.
because they would know exactly how to make yam because they make it bonded yam. They bonded the yam inside the thing and they bond it like this. And they
Don't
make
they dry it? They don't dry it.
I'm not sure. I think they boil it and then they mash it and then they make swallow with it. I saw this on Nigerian movie, so please don't kill me. I saw it on a
Oh,
The
I thought you
Nigerians
saw
and
someone cooking it
movie.
at the movie.
movie.
Imagine.
okay, thank you so much.
Oh, I can't.
Well, I actually wrote grandma. No word for that. I actually wrote grandma. We call it matomana here. And okay, see something. And it normally stays in a tree. And I remember my grandma would catch that,
Yes.
fry, and then have us eat. Like, yo, I never understood. So it reminds me of my grandma. What is that, Masego?
What is Basimo showing us?
Venda.
Oh.
That's the first thing that came into my mind too.
That's the first. When you see Mopane worms, the first thing that comes to
Venda.
Venda.
Limpopo, guys. The whole of Limpopo. You don't need to look for Limpopo.
It's a hub. So
I've
in
never-
Botswana, they call it Sebokosapane, which means Mopane worms.
Yeah,
Is it-
Kimakoza.
So
They
they
are
call it,
Mopane
Mopane worms.
and
Yeah.
wait, what do you call it, Emaldina, in Mozambique?
Matomana.
Matomana.
Matuana.
Matomana.
Matomana.
And how do you cook it? How do you cook it?
The only way I saw was fried. They take it from the trees and just fried it like that. And I think they also make like a stew. So with oil
Yeah.
and onion. I don't know. I just don't understand.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure it being a stew though, but we'll forgive that person. But the
It's a
best way
snack.
I know how
Yeah, it's
is
a fried
onions.
snack.
Yeah, it's a snack. But when I was young, I don't eat it much now. But when I was young, it would be cooked with onion and tomato, and you just like it's a dry like thing. Like just saute some onions with some tomatoes, add the mupane worms, but like you'd actually soak them in warm water, no? Don't you soak them first?
Yes.
And then just to soften them a little bit or to get the dirt out. Not sure what the logic is there, but something like that needs to happen.
Fried
And then
alive. They just
yeah,
fry
they
them
can
alive.
be fried. But
Guys, you
they
can
be
fry
so
them,
bitter.
boil them, grill them. I shall not
Grill
do that.
them.
I don't know.
Grill.
However you do that, that is one ingredient. Whenever I do talks or whatever, I always say "ning olele." Please pardon me. Anything that moves like that, I don't think I can eat.
So do research. I had to do research on the benefits of mopani worms because a lot
Protein.
of
It's
people don't
it's
like
source
it.
of protein.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
so
a
they
source of protein.
apart from protein, it's also the source of iron, calcium, and
There you
phosphorus.
go.
Really?
They say it's also high in dietary fiber, and it helps with your gastritic issues because of it helps with your digestive system, which makes
Mm.
sense. I mean, it has to be high in fiber. And I also researched where does it come from. Apparently, it comes from. It's called mopani worms because of you normally
The
find
This
them
mopani.
on
area
the tree,
comes from the
Yeah,
the
fine.
tree itself. So the tree, the mopani tree, is where you find
yeah.
the worm. The worm will eat those particular leaves, and those leaves are the ones that actually have the dietary fiber that you need. So that's what they say about it. And in terms of cooking it, um, Guyana people, how are you? They love it. They love some tomatoes. Love us some tomatoes. They put tomato on everything. Then you cut worms, you fry it, and then you throw some tomatoes there, and then you eat it with pap, and it tastes nice.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Like
and
what
the thing
you know
about it,
what
it's
I used to do when I was young? When I was young, I would take the pap, put the mupadi one in between and eat it, like just squish it. So yeah, and then eat it. I mean,
Mm.
that was a life to live.
mopani worms
That
are
was a time
they're
to
so
be alive.
versatile.
Do you
Very
sorry? Do you guys know these things that fly? When there's been rain in my farm,
yes.
I don't
Yeah.
know what they are called, but in Trabus in Zulu, and uh, people used to eat them, and then the kids are in my area, but I never touch them because it's just like they look like cockroaches. But people
Yeah,
would fry
my
them.
into bed.
Do you know what I'm talking
You know?
about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, how
Like
do you
big
eat that
ants.
thing?
No, I have never had
Yeah.
that.
I've had it. So
Oh,
I have this cousin of mine. So we were at home, Koharangu. At that time, the place where we lived, Kozonine, it wasn't, there were not too many houses. So it rained heavily. So there are different types of these flies that would pass by. You have the lighter ones and you have the dark black ones. So the dark black ones, we managed to catch them, we washed them. We just put a little bit of salt with oil, we fried them, we ate them, and it was nice. And we call it Ntlamafura. Hello, Harangwa people. We call it Ntlamafura, which means the one with oil. I don't know. With oil.
It's got
I don't
oil,
know
some
what
fat.
it is. Yeah, because it has a lot of fat and oil in it, and it's quite nice, I must say. The same thing as a grasshopper's head. So when I used to live in the
Oh
village
yeah.
in
Mm.
Makapanstad, we didn't used to eat the whole of the grasshopper, but just the grasshopper head. And then we'll just cut it up, and then we fry it, and we eat it. And Maldina looks so shocked. We used to eat grasshopper head.
I,
no. No, she's
my
also left
father
me
as well.
speechless.
My father as well. Like he tried me to get into that. I no, I couldn't. Like he took me to the place he was raised, and then they were catching the grasshoppers. I'm like, what is that? And
Oh,
grilled them, like straight grilled them. And I don't think he ate only the head; they ate the whole thing, and they're like huge in
I
the
don't know how I feel about the whole thing.
stories. Yeah.
Yeah. We grew up in a nice way, guys. We grew up in a in a very nice way. Hang on.
mm.
I have no. I only eat that when I'm in South Africa. Like we don't have it here.
You
Please
know how many
introduce.
times I've eaten a quarter in my life? Once. And I shared it with my sister, and we could not finish it. I'm like, this humongous thing. How do you even put it in your mouth? And all the
Sure.
things inside, all those ingredients inside, this is just like, no.
I
Mm-mm.
passed. I was driving somewhere. I think it was in Mabopani. I'm not sure. And then I saw this young boy who was having the kota, and the kota was bigger than his own head.
Mm.
And the boy was sitting down eating it. Like the thing about kota, ish, if you really want to be fat and you're intentional about it, eat kota. Like if you want to make an effort of
And
gaining
that
weight.
magwinas of yours also.
Oh, I love
The
magwinya.
Magwinya.
I make the best magwinya. Oh, crispy outside and inside.
Soft
Oh,
inside.
That's for breakfast. I was shocked. Like I was a guest in that house, and I asked, "Can I prepare breakfast the way I know? Like we eat eggs, bread, and stuff." And said, "No, no, no, wait." He came back with magwinas.
that was your
Imagine,
breakfast.
I don't want to lie. I'm not a fan of magwinya at all.
You have
I'm not
not
a
tasted good
I love
magwinya. That's what your
them.
problem is.
Ay. I'm not a fan of magwinya. And also, so the kota, I used to love kota back in the days because I could never finish it for the life of me. So I would only eat one half during lunch and one half during supper. And with kota, there's so many things in it. Can I correct something? People in Joburg, kota, chips are on top, not underneath. As on belief. Putting your French. Imagine this is how it's made in Joburg. They put chips
The chips
underneath,
are
put
on top.
bread. It's acha, right? And then they put chips, and then on top there's eggs, paloni, and also the
What the
cheese.
hell?
You're gonna put the sauces because the sauces must be on the chips, right? So you need to find a
Yes.
way. Now you must. So every time when I buy kota in Johannesburg, I have to take things out and then restack it again. I'm like, it's pointless. I might as well go to Pretoria and buy it because that's exactly where they make the nice product kota. And also, people
So-
in Joburg, why are you toasting the bread? For why? For the why?
For
Why are you
aesthetics. It's for aesthetics. You know how nice
Yes.
it looks when it's nicely toasted? Like, it's for aesthetics, guys. For presentation. You know,
Okay.
I think that's what we're going for. But
Let's
it's a
toast
bit extra.
Let's toast muhodu and toast madumbe as well. Let's toast both of them.
Oh, I know. I had to come up with a recipe for a quarter for aromat this year sometime. They asked me to write to come up with a quarter. I can't remember how I assembled my quarter. I didn't practically do it, but I did it in my head. And I was like putting all these things because I researched it first and wanted to see how people do this whole quarter thing. You know, some people they put ribs, like this guy in Tembisa. His quarter has got like a layer of ribs. He toasts his. Sorry for you. he toasts.
No, like,
That's the only
they've
quarter I
changed
had.
it.
I enjoyed it.
It's changed a lot because they put burger patties, they put
Yeah.
chicken.
What is
Like,
the original
a lot
quarter?
of things have changed.
Where is
Like,
the
it's
lettuce
actually like,
going?
What is
let's
the
just go
original
back.
quarter?
Where is the
Let's go
lettuce
back
going?
to where it started. You know, let's
Yeah.
not try
That's what
to
I
do
said.
anything
Where is
extra.
the lettuce going? The lettuce. Where is the lettuce
Yeah,
going?
lettuce way. It's
With
like cooked
chips.
lettuce.
With cooked chips.
Yeah, it's like cooked lettuce now.
It just goes like this because chips are hot. Shame it gets
Yeah.
confused and it just dies in the. Oh! Mm-mm.
No.
In Cape Town,
We
they
need to
call it
go back
something
to the
else.
drawing board. We
What
need
do
to
they
go
call
back
it
to the
in Cape
drawing
Town?
board.
I'm not sure.
In
I'll
Cape Town, they
Google.
use a roll. Oh my goodness. Oh,
But, oh
man.
my God.
But
No,
instead
man.
of bread, they use a big a roll, a bread roll, and then they put things in. Even chips. Already you've got starch. The bread. What are chips doing in there?
Chips are there for the chips.
That is why
Is that the cat be?
For the
I
vibe.
starch
think
on starch.
I think if you ever struggle to fall asleep, ne, buy a
Yes,
quarter.
eat kota.
Ah, if you're struggling from insomnia, is a
So in
quarter.
guys in Durban, quarter people in Durban now
Like,
they're starting to eat quarter. They're starting to prepare and to sell it. But we've got something called Bani Chow in Durban. Bani
yeah.
Chow is more popular in Durban than quarter. Bani Chow, I love it. I can eat it every day,
Yeah, bunny chow is
especially if
nice.
it's lamb.
No,
Lamb
bunny chow is
curry.
amazing.
Oh,
have bunny
right
chow
now
as a
I just
meat?
want it. Hmm?
Right now, it's just
You know what a bunny chow is? It's like a quarter of bread stuffed with curry.
Take the thingy
curry.
out and make it
So,
hollow.
It's like it's either mutton curry, bean curry,
Beef,
vegetable curry, or
vegetables,
chicken
yes.
curry. Could be either or, but it's nice.
mm.
I think we have our own version. It's just bread with leftover curry. We just
I just eat.
Bread is left over.
we like that a lot. But me, soup, chicken feet.
What a
Most
waste
of
of
us
time.
here, most of our soups here, they go with chicken feet. We love it.
No, I'm a heavy content consumer, be it YouTube, be it TikTok, and there's something I saw in this country. I don't know, but it's one of the Asian countries. They mastered the art to take out the bone out of the chicken feet and be left
No
with the.
ways. No ways.
I'm telling you, they
What
mastered
is
the art.
left of it?
And I literally, so I wish I could have saved it and played it for you. So they managed to, I don't know whether they boiled, froze, or what did they do, but then they did something and then they cut it open, they took out the bone, and then they start spicing and seasoning the chicken feet. And in my mind, I'm like, what's the chicken feet without the bones, honestly?
Yes.
They're deboning them.
They debone the chicken feet.
Debone
Imagine.
chicken feet.
But people enjoy chewing the bones, don't they?
Yes.
Yes, it's nice. The juice is there. The juice from the soup is there.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. The last time
I once shared a room. We were doing a show with this girl, some casino. And then I went and I came back with chicken feet. She said, oh, it looks like baby hands.
Look like
I'll never eat this. I was like, yo, I'm missing out, girl.
no, he is
They're
missing
not a
out.
snack.
No, it's a good snack, and they go taxi rank. They serve them. They put them on the price stand, spice
I
it up
don't
a little
know.
bit.
No, but Preston, don't they get like dry because there's no meat anyway?
That's
But is
actually
it
No,
nice
they
when
do
it's
get
dry?
dry,
nicer.
but it's a good drinking snack, I think,
Oh.
for those that buy them. A good
And you know what?
drinking
It's
snack.
accessible. It's cheap as well. It's cheap. It's accessible
It's
for people.
cheap, yeah,
It's very cheap.
100%. I mean, it
But
can be
one
a
person must be
canapé.
20. Hmm?
Two.
Sorry.
One person can have 20 or 30 before they can be full.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, but by then you would be enough. Hey.
They're very rich. It's got a lot of collagen as well. It's good
Yeah.
for your bones.
Really? I'm buying chicken feet.
Yeah, chicken
You buy
feet has got
chicken feet?
collagen.
Yeah, it does have collagen. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, we have 1, 2,
Okay.
almost 2, 3 more to go.
Okay.
This is rich people's food, guys. Rich people in South
An
Africa.
egg.
Nowadays, right?
Rich people's food in South Africa. Eggs right now are by far one of the most expensive things we have because they've been super, super scarce. And even the eggs they give us are not proper. So I made eggs today, guys. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. You can imagine how I felt when the eggs were not available. It just means that what
There's
do
no
I have
love
to
for you.
What
So
do
it
you
means-
no boiled egg?
so the next best thing is to boil water. That's the next best
You
thing.
know what I'm saying?
So
And you know,
Eggs
with
are not
the
available in the
with the
suburbs.
scarcity,
In the township,
scarcity
there are
of eggs now. Yeah.
There's
Huh?
the bird
With the
flu.
scarcity of eggs now, it also makes things difficult for us in our industry because with no eggs, that means we can't serve eggs in a restaurant,
bake.
right?
And you can't bake.
Exactly. If you can't bake, everything is made with eggs. So it's been a matter of actually collecting eggs and keeping eggs just so that we can serve eggs. And obviously prices have gone up as well, meaning food prices need to go up. So it has definitely changed the game now that we have this egg situation.
So I was researching.
No, I'm not ecstatic about it.
Yeah.
No, 100% right.
I was researching about why is it that we are having a shortage of eggs. And one of the things we picked up was that it's because of there's a bird flu and they don't
Yeah.
want this flu to
Mm.
come into humans, right? And also they don't want it to spread far and wide than it already did. So the scarcity at the moment of eggs because of that. But then I was like, if there's no eggs, then why do we have a lot of chicken? Because they work together, right?
What comes first, a chicken or an
Exactly.
egg?
Chicken and
Of
egg.
an egg.
The mother as well. How? Oh, something. So now,
Eggs are becoming expensive.
yes, your eggs were so
Mm.
scarce. Like I was even calling my friends, like, do you have eggs? I just want to
A diamond, like a diamond. I'll share my
like
personal experience. I used to bake. I stopped. Okay, I'm not a great cooker, but I used to bake. I learned and do some. I'll send some pictures for you ladies.
yes.
And I decided to stop because it was taking a lot of my time, and I have my corporate work. So I decided to open a shop, and I sell bakery items. And recently, we've been also affected with the shortage of eggs because some of our eggs are
Mm.
imported from Africa. Although I was a bit skeptical because we do have a lot of everyone, almost everyone here has this chicken business, and they have eggs also. So everyone sells eggs,
Yeah.
but still, most of our eggs were coming from South Africa, and all of our
Mm.
ladies that bake here, they use eggs. Like eggs is what they use the most, and without these,
Mm.
the cakes are becoming more expensive.
Yeah.
And then it cascades to other items because if you have to pay more for the eggs, you have to pay more, ask for money for this, for that, and it's yeah. Thank you for sharing, Masibo. I didn't know it was because of the bird flu. I was like,
Yeah.
this happening in South Africa. Even our eggs
Yeah.
on our side, since it's scarce. They are very expensive. The ones that they create in their own yards, which before they were like
Mm.
in a very low price, and now they are like.
Accessible.
So
But
that's my personal.
they said that okay, so I had eggs today. I fried
Mhm.
them. Mm,
Mm.
proud girl.
You had eggs three ways.
I fried
Three.
eggs today, and but the quality of the eggs is not the same. So
Mm.
remember, they had to discard most of the eggs that we had previously, and then we had to get
Mm.
new eggs. So now the quality of the eggs we have now is not the same. So right now, I'm not so I'm questioning the quality that they give us, but I don't I am and I understand because we are slowly and surely coming back into eating eggs again. So I can see them, they're stocking them again. So which means more chickens are making more eggs. So they're no longer killing the chickens, no longer throwing away the eggs to try and curb it. But they said it's highly unlikely that humans will contract the bird flu. It's only when you eat the egg raw that's when you can contract the bird flu. But when you cook or you boil like me, when you cook the egg to perfection, then the bacteria, the virus, because remember, virus cannot stay in a hot place. It
Yeah.
evaporates and then it kills it. And then the egg is safe for you to eat. Otherwise, they wouldn't have given us the meat, chicken. I mean, imagine eating medium rare chicken. Medium rare chicken.
Mhm.
Imagine eating medium rare
No,
chicken.
you don't want medium rare chicken. You're gonna get
Chicken.
salmonella.
Yeah.
Right? You don't serve chicken medium rare.
Chicken, it must be
Exactly.
cooked to the bone.
It has to be
Yeah,
cooked.
it
That's why
needs
they
to be
said
cooked.
that it was safe. So the myths that were going around is that if you eat the eggs or if you eat the chicken, you'll get the bird flu. But that's not true because these two things, in order for you to consume them, you need to cook them properly. So those that like the yolk, runny, and all of that, you can't eat like eggs like that right now at the
We
present
like
moment.
it like that.
Yes.
Nice
Shabna,
and runny,
We
you
like
know.
the chefs. We don't like
And
overcooked
you know the
egg.
gym guys, they just drink it raw like that, like
Ooh,
3 eggs.
Mm.
Yeah.
So now you know, Maldina, that's why you couldn't have eggs. It's because of in South Africa, there's apparently it's one of the biggest outbreaks of bird flu that we've had. It's not the first time.
Mm.
It's one of the
It's
biggest one.
hindering the industry.
Yes,
Mm.
and then here's this one.
Oh.
I'm coming.
Ow. One of the things that will give you perfect diarrhea, as if I've drank it. I've never drank it, guys. I've never drank it in my life. I don't know how it tastes like. I don't know how it tastes like, and I also don't know what to use it for. Let's start there. I know there's a thing called mkomboti. So SAB in Newtown in Johannesburg, they have a, what do you call it? It's not a museum. It's like shucks. So it's like a place where they show you where you see the grains they make wheat, the grains they make beer with. They show you exactly where this whole thing comes from, and they take you on a tour in Newtown, SAB. They take you on a tour on how it started, how Lion was one of the first, whatever, whatever, and you learn a lot about the grain itself. The only time I tasted mkomboti, it was that day. That was the time I tasted it, because it had you had to taste exactly where this whole grain thing comes from. So there's a whole thing about the grains being regulated, the market themselves being regulated. That's why people that want to enter into the beer industry, it's hard for them, because of those that already monopolized it. They've already structured the regulations of getting the grain, even growing the grain. It's like growing weed in your house. They monopolize it in such a way that it's difficult for a person to take that grain and actually manufacture a nice beer. And I can see there are a lot of people that are upcoming. You know, you have your wine connoisseurs, people that are making wine, branding it, you know, from Cape
And
Town.
beer. Craft
Even
beer.
beer.
Craft
So
beer.
there's a lady who owns a beer called Tolokazi. Please, just Tolokazi. I don't know how to spell it. So Tolokazi is one of like that beer has different variety of flavors. So when I was at Bread Box, they had a beer and pairing food, and then you pour the Tolokazi beer in the types of food that you cook, like even chicken, and the food tastes nice. And I remember I even had, for the first time ever in my life, I had a dessert made with umkomboti. That one for me, it changed my whole life and narrative in existence, because I had no idea that could exist. That was the best dessert I've ever had, ever. It had a texture of grain, it had a texture of maize meal in it, and it tasted amazing. It was umkomboti, it was inkomazi, which is sour milk, and there was strawberry syrup, and then there was garnish on top. The best. I don't want to lie. The best.
Okay. Beer.
Sorry,
You can
guys,
make
I
bread
missed
as well.
that image. I missed that image, so I'm not sure what we're talking about.
Sorghum. Mkomboti.
Oh, okay. Okay. I've never
So when
had.
you talk about, oh, yeah, no, don't worry. When you visit, we'll make for you. So mkomboti, it's a beer. It's a Zulu beer. I don't know Zulu, Zulu or Sutu, but it's for when we make it at home, or my relatives, it's because it's sort of a do like an
Traditional what
event.
you had.
Yeah,
Please
traditional. Yeah, you are talking to your ancestors, and then you are giving them the sorghum beer, the Zulu beer, mkomboti. Say mkomboti.
Mkomboti.
Yeah.
I don't know what to compare that to, because we do have something that's made from maize meal. We call it maheo, but that's
Oh
sweet.
yeah,
Yeah,
we also ask.
Alcohol.
We also have
Then
that, yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Then we have something. It's a beer also. Not exactly a beer. Like it tastes it has this feeling on your mouth, like a bit milky, but it has alcohol that's made from mapira. It's a
What
small
is that?
grain. I forgot the name now. I'll
What's
say
Mapira?
mapira. It's like a grain we have
Oh,
here. So it's
it could be mkomboti actually, because
maybe.
mkomboti is a bit creamy, is it not?
It's
Yes, but that's
creamish,
not
yeah.
yeah, it's creamish. And we have canyo. Canyo is something, I think it's your marula, because this
Oh,
is
Yeah.
around February the fruits come, and then they collect the fruit, they make the beer. It's all around that time, from February to March, April. That's the only time they drink this beer. So everyone is drinking canyo. It gives a lot of diarrhea, but people love it, and you can't sell it. You can't sell it. The tradition is that
Okay.
you make it, you offer to people. If you're driving around and you see people drinking that beer, you can stop and drink. You cannot sell it. And
mkomboti as
then
well is not for sale, isn't
not for
it, guys?
sale, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so you
It's just
don't,
like,
you serve it at family gatherings, because we
yeah.
also have the same bariki bojwala basotho. It's quite
Ah,
quite similar.
It's the same thing.
You say utshwala
Yeah,
besiZulu. Makes sense.
So
yeah. So you
I
both sell it. You
wonder,
serve it at weddings, funerals, ceremonies. Yeah.
And we have this.
Do you know how to make it?
I know how
So-
to
No,
make
I
it.
don't. No.
I do.
Yes, call it
I
ukanyo.
do know how to make it.
Yo, great. The last one we call it tres palavrinhas, which are 3 words. The person was so lazy that it calls it tong, like the grips. So basically that's that. Tong. You know when the process. So
Sounds Japanese, sounds Chinese.
thing.
Tong,
So
tong, tong.
Tong. Yes.
what is
that's
that?
sad. Like it's like I wouldn't say like a whiskey, but like a vodka brand, like traditional style.
No, I know it. I know it. It's not
A very
allowed.
strong
You
one.
can actually get arrested, isn't it?
What is that?
What?
Gavin. In KZN, and they used to make Gavin in the bushes. It's a long
Yeah,
process. It's very scientific.
Yeah, like they have this big pot and then they boil for days.
And the
then they
steam.
that with and steam and goes with drops, like droplets.
It's Gavin. But it will make your lips very red.
The alcohol percentage is very high.
Black
like
people.
very, very high.
They've been making alcohol. They don't go to bottle store. To liquor store. No.
Can I just say black people are creative, hey?
Very. Remember during
100%.
lockdown?
You remember the lockdown? They had the pineapple concoction. Because there's no alcohol for sale.
Killed a lot of people. Wait, so how do we make combos? I'm interested. I don't know if I'll make it in my life, but how do we make it?
No, you can make it now. There's a mixture. There's a mixture you buy now. And you just add water.
Seriously?
What is
Yes, that's it. Yes.
Okay.
Don't
LG,
worry about doing the whole thing. And then you just put it there and it fermentates. It ferments.
it ferments, yeah.
Hey, there's a
I have
mix.
no idea.
Mkomo. Konje yethu leya mix. Ilento lethengwa yelo. Yokwenza utshwala bezulu. Lo kufakwa ebhodweni bekhoneni. Umthombo. There is umthombo that's pre. It's I think they have already mixed and dried everything, all the ingredients that you normally would have to add. So it's like a premix. Just like when you buy a premix.
I will
A
live
baking
in
thing.
a world where there's a premix from Komboti. I'm impressed.
There is, yeah.
3 weeks. Okay.
How much loads? I don't know whether
Ooh.
the ancestors they like that one.
Only the guys that drink.
Shortcut.
Okay, let's get the last one. Disclaimer, I'm allergic to anything that is extremely high in fiber, including moro.
How? Is it? You are allergic to life.
When I see moroho, I see toilet residents.
Well, I think you have a problem.
I'm allergic to a lot of things, but spinach is
Yeah.
spinach is like top of the list. Top of the list. That one, if I eat it and I'm at a function, I'm dressed in white, forget about it.
So
It's
what
like
about
things.
what is in the picture there? It's not actually spinach, but it's a herb. We call it imbuya, and it will just spring out of the soil, especially if it's been raining, and then you pick it. You know, baby spinach. Baby spinach.
Yeah.
The leaves look like that, but they are smaller. But you have to have a big
it's not
bunch for you to
bitter.
be able to. Come again?
Is it not bitter as well?
It is a bit bitter.
The one in the
No,
picture.
Masita says it. No, it's not. It's not bitter, but
It's
it's
not,
very
okay.
nice. I don't
Okay, so
see it
that's
here in
the same
Joburg.
one.
Which one are you talking
I
about?
don't
Is it bitter?
Survive. I don't know if you would
No,
survive in Mozambique.
Like for us, honestly, a spinach barinki moro wa leruto. So it's quite, it gets planted out and then you dry it up and then you cook it.
Oh,
So
you
I
make it
think,
in
yeah,
balls. Okay.
yeah.
What is it called?
So moroho wa leroto.
Oh, what is it?
I wouldn't
So it's a
point
type
at
of
it
spinach.
if I knew like I wouldn't point that that's moroho wa lerot. I wouldn't. I don't know how it
Yeah,
actually
I'm
looks.
saying even in the image, I wouldn't know exactly which spinach that one is, but yeah.
All of them
So,
spinach.
so
I was
spin,
saying that
spinners.
that Matego wouldn't survive in Mozambique because I don't know if you know, but Mozambicans they eat a lot of grains and
Mm.
they more into that rather than meat. Like our traditional food is more like greenish, and we eat almost any herb. So mainly some of them you mix with coconut oil, with coconut milk, and peanuts. But then there are those that you do like that, like just a bit of garlic and onion and tomato and salt and caldo beni. I don't know if you know it. And
What
most
is
of them,
that?
some of them are just like that. We don't grow them; they just come up close to the toilets and whatever. We have our kakana. We have our what is that? Nteke. We have I forgot. Majadele. Those are something similar to that. Then we have our mboa, our uh, kovi, and nyangana. Like it's a lot. It's a lot of
Are
herbs. So
those
I
types
think
of
they've been
like
trying.
are they types
They've
of
been trying
spinaches
things.
or rojos or types of greens?
Herbs. Are they just herbs or what?
Herbs.
Yeah, just herbs. For
Mm.
instance, the leaves
Mm.
for what do you call watermelon? The leaves of
Oh,
bean
I
leaves.
see.
You eat the
Uh,
leaves of watermelon.
Yeah. Even
yes, we do.
pumpkin.
Pumpkin
Pumpkin,
also.
I know. I know pumpkin.
Yeah.
Yeah, and cassava. Your cassava, we eat the leaves. We eat.
You can I ask you something about cassava? Isn't cassava dangerous and toxic? Doesn't it have like poisonous or toxic
For
substance?
you, maybe.
Just the cake of it, but we eat
Yeah,
the cassava. It's mandioca. We eat it with everything, and then we eat the leaves, but we boil them like a lot.
a
And it's
lot, yeah.
one of the traditional dishes called matapa.
Because
You
I
tell,
was
tell
researching
me
about cassava actually, and I saw that particularly in some West Africa, there's a lot of
Sweet.
people that died from eating cassava when it's not properly cooked. Because remember, they make swallow.
Really?
Yes,
Mm.
they make
Okay.
swallow with it. They make swallow with it the same as they would with yam. So in most cases, most people died because of it was not properly cooked. So there's some fruits. It's like saying a green potato is dangerous. It is actually dangerous, a green potato. So there's some
Mm.
specific fruits that if they are not properly ripened or properly cooked, then they become
Yeah,
toxic. And
they are.
cassava is one
Yeah.
of them. Cassava is one of
Okay.
them.
wow,
So
You know
Mozambicans have
black
been.
beans.
Yeah. Did you know? Did you know Cheppy's rep? She's out here like educating us.
You know those little beans, those white beans with a little black eye.
yes,
You know
yes,
those beans.
Yeah.
Those
yes.
beans apparently, if you eat a cup of them, you can die
Mm.
raw. No, but
Oh,
food do that.
are
No,
those
why
beans?
would you have it go? Yeah.
Black-eyed beans. Black-eyed
We
beans are
call them
poisonous.
snake food. We
What
don't
snake
eat
food?
Fresh snake
those
food.
beans that you're mentioning. For us, it's like we call it snake foods. When you see that, there are snakes nearby.
Oh, is it?
Really
Interesting.
interesting.
Mm. Mm. So much to learn, huh?
I
What
know,
else do
right?
you eat? What do you eat
Yeah.
in Mozambique that we don't eat here in South Africa?
What?
What is it that you eat that
But you guys
we
eat a
don't
lot of
have access
seafood.
to?
Well, I think you don't eat a lot of greenery. That's for sure. Whenever
Excuse me. Excuse you. We eat a lot of greenery. We are all about vegetables.
now the houses that I
Toki, are you
visit,
agreeing to that?
No, I'm not agreeing. I'm agreeing with you, Lucia. We eat lots and lots of
We do.
vegetables, but we
oh
South
need
then
the
Africans,
meat.
let me tell you,
South Africans need the
hey,
meat.
South Africans love meat.
They
South
want meat. You're not gonna watch the World Cup eating vegetables, hey? I don't think so. You're not gonna fry vegetables. You're frying wors and steak and brisket. I'm telling
Even your
you.
even your meat. Normally, when you eat meat, it comes with pap, and then there has to be a salad and a curry. When you go to South Africans, it's only
Not
pap and meat.
a curry or a sauce.
Yeah, sauce or curry. We do all of that, and then we eat with the meat. For instance, we eat our matapas with a side fish or meat. We eat our greens, like, how do you say, like some kind of sauce mixed, but with the meat on the side. So the meat is actually a side to whatever we're already eating there. So it's like a plus. And
Meat to the
sometimes
side.
Aye.
For us
So
is the main thing.
if you want to treat South African nicely, just give them meat and alcohol, you'll be fine.
Yeah, 100%.
And gout. Then they will have gout.
And they'll have gout. They eat a lot of meat. So that's why, even in the world, one of the best places that actually South Africa is known for having braai. We are
yeah.
recognized for braai because of we
And good
really love,
steaks.
yeah,
Good
we
steaks.
love meat. I think I'm not really a South African because I don't like meat that much. So
You like
I
your
know
eggs. You
I
fry
do.
your eggs.
I just me and my ex are fine. We're like this.
You will survive overseas in England because if you want steak, you pay a fortune. And if you are into vegetables,
Never. So, but in South Africans, that's exactly what they like. That's something that they really, really, really like. So, Amaldine,
everything with meat.
where is your shop? Tell the viewers where your shop is.
I will. So if you are in Mozambique, you want to buy your items for your bakery items, bakery goods, or the thing just to bake your cakes in general, you can find us. The name is Salsa and Vanilla, and we
Oh,
are
but
downtown.
I want. Can you please send me vanilla pods and
Oh,
oh,
sure, sure. It's a mix of salty and sweet, so we call it Salsa Vanilla. And you can find anything you want. So just go and visit. We have a page on Instagram, on Facebook,
what is it
but we
called?
also have a salsa and vanilla.
Salsa and vanilla.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Is it
and
a
you
lot?
can
Do you have
also
an online shop?
yes, but we only sell locally at the moment.
Hey, no,
Okay.
man.
Sorry,
Break those
sorry,
barriers.
No, man.
sorry, but we are definitely planning to expand because some of the things that they come from South Africa, but we have some specific things we use on our cakes that I think we could send that side and you could use.
Please, man.
So sure. So that's what I'm into. And I want to know from you ladies, what are your next events? What are you doing next? What's happening? Shoki, you can start.
Okay, well, I'm not in any events at the moment. Maybe in the future, we
Mm-hmm.
don't know. But I'm currently, like I said, changing career. So I'm currently studying to be a preschool teacher, so that's early child
Oh,
development. So the hope is actually to bring food and teaching specifically for kids, because I really enjoyed that. And I find that we can do something there. So that's the hope in the near future. But then, other than that, I'm currently working on a women empowerment faith based organization that is actually going to help women heal from relational trauma and basically give them confidence to actually through their soul care and self care journey to be the best version of themselves. So that's what I'm busy with at the moment. But people can find me on Instagram under Shoki Redefined and on Facebook as Rishoke Jimashitisho.
Oh, thank you so much, Shoki. I will be in touch with you in regards to the education part because I do have a project on the side. Apart from the shop, I have a bookstore and book club, and we are opening a book club for children because our
Oh,
objective is to
wow.
educate as much people as we can and change.
No, that's definitely exciting.
Network. Why are you doing this to us? We want to hear about the bookstore that Maldina has in Mozambique. And Lucia, tell us what's next, what's coming, what's on the pipeline. We want to come. We love things.
We want to be there. Squeeze it in.
But you've been to one of the events that I once had. So I
Okay.
love doing events, but
Connection
I
on
don't
my
really have
side.
to cook to be hands on. I delegate. It's nice when you have a team that will do stuff, but they must do stuff properly. I have a brand called Sip and Cook. So we work with a few wine and bubbly brands. So there's a brand called Bubbly Fridays. A friend of mine started that whole thing. So ladies would get together, maybe in a restaurant, and you pay 250 rent, and you have like a bottomless bubbly. You order your food at the restaurant. So I told them that I think it would be even a better idea if I am the chef. You come to a space, maybe it's a cooking school. We all cook, but while we're cooking, we're sipping. We have someone who would be talking about that brand, that wine brand, wine or bubbly. Usually, okay. We had what brand was it? Just now, French Wook. We worked with French Wook, and so they will sell the wine to us at half price, and then we'll give the ladies each person. It works out to a bottle for each person because I mean, guys, you need to drink only 4 glasses. Anything more than 4 glasses, no. Then you must join AA. So those are exciting. So the ladies will come, and guys are also allowed. So there's this new thing now. It's not new, but Sabraj has always been there, where you have to use. We can use a chef's knife to open a bottle of champagne without having to Sabraj. So that's a new thing that we're doing in our classes. We teach people how to Sabraj.
Nice.
So I've got a cookbook, and I'm still trying to push it. I must send you some books in Mozambique. How's about that? Yeah,
Yes.
Emeldina?
Wait.
Yeah.
Emeldina just came back and kicked her out. Emeldina, I know
Yes.
network is showing you flames. Listen, so Lucia is saying that she needs to send you her book.
Oh, let me take it and show it to you. Oh, it looks.
I know. It's the network is not favorable today at all.
Mm.
Then again, I don't blame it. We've been on for 1 hour, 40 minutes.
Yeah, we kind of pushed this one, eh?
Yes.
Oh,
So
nice.
Here
tell
it
us
is.
more about the book.
I've
Tell
got
us more.
300 copies.
Oh wow.
Nice.
When I come to South Africa,
Yeah.
I'll get a copy.
Oh, let me just go. Oh,
Oh, I love the illustrations. I love the images.
Nice, Lucia.
yeah, I had a very good team working on it in Cape Town.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well
So
done.
it's my pride and joy.
Oh, that's
So
beautiful.
I would have cooking classes, and then you pay, let's just say 950 rand, and you get a book with
Okay,
the
nice.
class, and we cook from the book. So we're like, today we are cooking, we are doing tomato sauce, and then you open the book, and I've got all the ingredients. I'll buy all the ingredients for the class, and then we cook together, and they look at the. Oh, they usually don't even follow the instructions. You know, when people come to class,
It's
you
because you're
find someone doing something
excited.
that, why are you doing that? Because it's not in the recipe. Oh,
Yeah,
you thought
it's because
wrong.
you're excited.
Try doing in class if you're going to do your own thing. So yeah, I'm coming to Mozambique. I'll come and do a cooking class there. It'd be nice, eh?
So do you also do cooking class for team buildings as well?
Yes. Yes, actually that's one thing that I'm looking forward to doing next year rather than doing for public, because at least if you're doing
Mm.
corporate, it's solid. You just say, okay, I'm doing this for so many people and it costs this much. And then that's it. Instead of advertising. I actually have stopped doing cooking classes because it's so much work.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
No,
work.
it is.
it is. It
Were you
is.
doing them
Mm.
alone? Are you doing them alone, or do you have a team of people?
I have I usually have people that would help me. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't do big classes. It would be like 10, 15, 20 at the
Okay.
most. It's manageable. It is manageable, but you do need assistance. So I always have my friends would help me because I won't pay them. They'll get the drink for free.
I was about to say I've got experience in teaching people how to cook, so I don't know, girl, but
Let's do it. You know what? I'm very big when it comes to collaborations, Shoki. I believe that when we do things together,
yeah,
it could be stronger. But this culinary industry has become more competitive than people
than
working
anything.
together. So I have actually stopped reaching out, and you know, I've done so much for this industry. People that I've put through, I once got this guy a job to cook for this family for the whole year. Very rich guy that was looking. He wanted me to cook for him. I said I won't be available because I also do shoots. So I got this person. I won't mention names because I'm sure you know him. This guy was living his dream, eh? As a chef, you got all these ingredients, best ingredients ever. You're cooking for this family the whole year. And that guy got married in Cape Town, flew people into Cape Town. He also flew him. Oh, I see him holding a glass of champagne there in Cape Town. I'm like, oh, never to call me and say, Lucia, thank you for hooking me up. Not a bottle of wine to say thank you.
He just left.
I think also one of the things that I wanted to talk about is the power of collaboration, especially with the cooking industry. I believe in collaboration. Collaboration builds up a brand so much, especially when you're starting up or even when you're still in your career, you're expanding. There are so many factors that affect our businesses, and one of them is the change in the taste of the customers, the change in the types of food. Like back in the days, we used to eat this. Now we are going more into superfoods. So there are so many things that people cannot collaborate on. So viewers, please don't forget to like and subscribe and click on the notification bell. We do have a lot of guests. We do have beautiful guests that are here with us today. We have Shoki and Lucia. Petunia has been trying to connect the entire session and she couldn't. Now she is here. In fact, let me put it like this. She's been in the room, but she couldn't connect, even though she has connect. And Amaldina she was driving back from work. She had to stop at the garage so that she can meet this and become the host for this evening. So it's such an amazing thing. Lucia also, it's had time to rest. It's all of our time to rest. She was like, no, I'm going to sit here for 1 minute, 1 hour, 44 minutes, and we're going to talk about food so much on this platform that I love. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for taking the time to listening to us. And thank you to everyone that engaged with us on the chat box. Yes, the video will be available quite soon, where you will be watching exactly what we were discussing, what we were talking about, Mopani worms, there's so many terminologies for them. And we will have another podcast again, especially speaking in the food industry, because there's a lot that we need to demystify about the food industry. But one of the things that I've already highlighted is having collaboration amongst people that are peers. The first problem with collaboration is that some people think that when you collaborate with them, they want to compete with you. Some come with ill intentions. The thing about collaboration is a two-way partnership. So because it's a partnership, it means you both benefit the most. But you go there with the intention of outshining the one who got you in. That's why some people close on you. They close those on you, and I won't lie, you deserve it. Because you cannot go there with a pure heart and a pure mind that I'm going to learn something while I work with this person. The minute you're in a partnership, both of you you are the same team. The brand it's both of you. There's no 7 people. It's both of you. There's no I'll outshine this one. It's both of you. So the reason why collaboration cannot exist, particularly in the food industry, is because of that. Someone wants to outshine the other one. You want to be
competition.
The best.
Why are people competing?
Exactly. Similarly to YouTube, the worst place to compete at is on YouTube, because you share views. There's only limited people in the world, and you share those limited people. If you want to succeed in reaching this limited people, you need to collaborate with other people. That's the only way. We want to know about the content. Bring somebody else who will bring in their content. So similarly with the food industry, I specialize in boiling eggs. I call somebody who specializes in seafood and somebody else who specializes in traditional food. All of us, we are chefs alike. Let me share a story with you. The South African Tourism Department basically brought in, it was last year around this time, in fact, it was around September, they brought in influencers from Ghana and Nigeria, and they brought them into South Africa. And then They booked the Breadbox Studio, which is in Carlsworld, and just go on Instagram, just type in the Breadbox Studio. It's on Carlsworld, and they booked there, and those celebrities came in. And part of the celebrities that are in South Africa that came was Thibaut Touch. There was Thibaut Touch, Zakes Van Twini, Bad Boy T. There was just a few celebrities that were there, and there was this one famous chef who was competing at the UK Master Chef. His name is Chef Tabo. Just go on Instagram and
Oh,
look for Chef
I know
Tabo.
Tabu. Yeah.
Know him, right? So Chef Tabo from Fosloras, and Chef Tabo brought in. It's a good thing that Mathogo Nolo knew him, because Chef Tabo came in with the mind of, he lived in Ghana for a while. He lived in Nigeria for a while. So he was able to understand the food that is eaten and consumed. And he gave the influencers from Ghana and Nigeria the best experience by bringing in a co-joined culture with South African culture in a dish.
Yeah.
And I remember the funny chef was there as well. And I even have it recorded on my phone. And I'll never forget when the funny chef said to Tabo that, you know what, in the chef industry, especially celebrity chef or influencer chef industry, we don't say this often, but I'd like to appreciate you for actually preparing the best cuisine ever. From a chef to a chef, it shows you there's no competition, there's collaboration. She acknowledged him on a public platform in front of everyone that you did an amazing job. Somebody else would have kept quiet. Somebody else would have gone to the back door and gossip.
And gossip.
You know, somebody else would have done that. But then I remember the funny chef gave Chef Tabo accolades, which was quite amazing, I must say. So, ladies, any parting words for our viewers? We had fun. It was such a relaxed, fun podcast. I really enjoyed having you here, ladies. I really, really did.
It's been such a pleasure to be a part of this. It's been exciting. It's been fun. Nice to meet women, new encounters, new people to network with as well and collaborate with. So I think it was such a great opportunity as well. And my leaving words would just be a motto I've lived by like my whole life is just strive for the best, because hard work leads to success. And that is something I'm just going to close the show with. But I wish any person who wants to be in the chef industry to just still go for it and have the endurance, have the perseverance, have the resilience to be able to be what you want to be in this career.
Thank you very much, Shaki. Lucia, any parting words?
Must just follow your heart, you know, in this life. We are here everyone has a purpose. Find your purpose. Turn your purpose into business. Turn your passion into business. If you do what you love, you never have to work a day in your life. So you just feel like you're on holiday, actually, because you are enjoying what is bringing revenue into your life. Understand? There's nothing more than that brings me more joy than doing what I love. Find passion. Find something that you love. Like Shoki is changing careers now. It's not because she does not want to be in the culinary space anymore, but she's got another passion that she would like to water. You know, make sure that it grows. So find something that you really love and just delve into it and be passionate about it and invest your time into it. And you must always try to be the best at what you have chosen to do. Doesn't 100%. Matter what kind of a job it is. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Lucia. And thank you so much to our viewers. Thank you for watching Empower Talks. Remember, this is a platform where we learn, we are empowered to become better people. As you've heard Chef Lucia, you also heard Chef Shoki, who has told you what is it that you need to do. Follow your passion, live your best life, live a purposeful driven life. For that is the only way in which you can enjoy the life that you're in. Do not forget that October month is Mental Health Month. This is where we look at ourselves internally, and we try to figure out exactly who we are. And I like the fact that they chose October of all the months to be a mental health month, because in most cases, everyone is suffering and they're burning out from year-end fatigue. We all know that at this time of the year. We are busy crunching numbers. We're trying to get to the end. We're trying to get deadlines together. It's a lot at the end of October. So thank you for watching Empower Talks. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Click the notification bell. Thank you for watching, and we will see you again on Friday for yet another live video. All the best and have a lovely evening.
Thank you.